The Coin Series channel is pleased to have you back. Dear everyone, we are already being prepared for the impending collapse. Aren't we? Just like this, we were sounding the alarm. Listen up, everyone. No one else is going to say this. So please hit that like button because things are about to heat up. Coincidentally, the European Union has recently outlawed anonymous cryptocurrency payments above 3,000 euros made using self-custody wallets.
In defiance of decentralized finance, as advocated by watchdog organization Justin EU Networks.
Oh no! What have we discussed since the beginning of time? Everyone? Am I correct? The problem is that everyone keeps assuming we're mistaken. There's a mistake on our part. The events will unfold in due course. This process takes time, but there are other instances where it does. Sir, don't you think? They will likely target self-custody wallets. As we warned you from the start. Do you mean the wallet that functions as a ledger? I take it that all it is cold storage and the like. Gentlemen, essentially, you are the wallets that contain the keys to your own writing. And they would prefer that this not happen. Quite intriguing. Someone else pointed. Didn't they? My guess is that it came from conversation or someone else does it. Additionally, this is happening because they are opposed to you having your own private, on the other hand. Wallace is number 2, and he wants people to buy ETFs instead. That is really ridiculous. I feel like I know what you're talking about. So that's crazy. Am I correct? Just the two of us. Aren't we? Not sane, is it? As of right now, you can't illicitly send more than 3,000 euros worth of cryptocurrency via MetaMask Phantom or anything like. If you happen to reside in the European Union, you should probably get out of there before things get even more crazy. Imagine for a second if it makes its way to the United States. Am I correct? Put it in your mind, is this something they're going to let happen now? Of course not. Everyone is unique, isn't there? These days, dudes, folks are different. On the other hand, no one would put up with this. Would they? If this could make it past racist Americans who are trying to stifle it, I think things will get more centralized in the future. Like the new banking system, wouldn't they? The whole point of blockchain technology was to centralize everything. I mean, really, you guys know that these things had to happen first. Like laying the groundwork before we could even think about entering a new universe. I'm sorry, but it's true. However, you might as well sign up because the XRP ledger will serve as the watchdog for all the extra PL people. No more evading the government's watchful eye. Everything will be documented. Connect your chain to the blockchain community and all the way down to the block. You folks think that's crazy. You can choose to join them or leave. The choice is yours. Either become poorer or get richer and use this crisis as an opportunity just like they have. Am I correct? Hey everyone, I wanted to give you an update. Some people are reporting that the variable was okay. Self-custody was forbidden and all that. Plus, they're arguing that 2 things. 1, the law hasn't taken effect yet, and to a private does not imply anonymous. Thirdly, a self-identified private wallet can still exist. That in no way indicates that it is anonymous. If a tornado cacher were anonymous, no one would ever be able to tell where it came from or what it was for. Am I correct? It is not illegal to send or receive funds using a self-custody wallet. The setup fees for merchants determine how difficult it will be to pay with cryptocurrency. For example, to businesses who do not support your customers' self-managed wallets. I see. Alright? So the last thing was a total shit show. However, this is unquestionably a move in the direction of self-custody. Am I correct? Just a second. Please. We solved the puzzle? I could tell it was Ripple since it is a genius. Why? Why did they invest in Medico and standard custody? Because these platforms and service providers will eventually act like banks and retain your coins and keys. We were ecstatic because Ripple is actually thinking like a bank. The expense of the game plan is known to Ripple. Ripple purchased out all these other service providers because they were worried about who would retain their keys if self-custody was ever abolished. Give it some thought, fellows. Am I correct? This is strange. That sums up how I've been feeling. Yet again. Hey!
I've heard about it.
Naturally, he will likely face banning at some point. Just not now. Though, a step towards it. Is this. Also, It appears like no one is interested in fighting this. Out of the blue, there you are. However, someone points out that the new law is anticipated to be completely functional within 3 years of its implementation. Great. That being said, it's not strange. The new finishes are happening right now, and I'm not even joking about the idea of their arriving in 3 years. A new financial system is just a pipe dream unless these things take place. To start with, though, would you even desire that dream? Am I correct in thinking that this is the final bull run? Oh, sure. Allow me to consider it. I mean, if we pump this area, surely. Guys, we're going to be hyped up until we're 25 or something for that Black Swan interview in the spring or summer, aren't we? Yes, in the near term. But in the grand scheme of things, I suppose right after it collapses Bitcoin at 300,000 over here, I'm not sure. So, 3 inches of Bitcoin K, and then it just falls apart. You guys, however, once the new system is operational, everything will be more centralized. Nobody is going to be able to process what has just happened. I see. However, throughout this time, we will all experience financial ruin. Here's the deal. This is going to happen if you guys are unaware of it. Am I correct? Everyone will go bankrupt during this time. You guys, those in the know, however, will take precautions to avoid disasters like this. After that, they will purchase everything at a discount, pay pennies a pop, and then write it all up again. Thus, it's not the final bull run, is it? It will, however, be one of the wild ones. You guys, because as far as I can tell, people will just go bankrupt during the crash. Right now, my God, that is really ridiculous. You all think this is absurd, don't you? Check this out. Be curious as to whether your bases will attempt a similar motion, unless Trump is elected. 15 minutes? I assume you all are already aware? It is completely under their control. Observe this. Gentlemen, am I correct? What will happen to your savings if things go out of hand? Their knowledge is sufficient. Am I correct? Do you remember what happened earlier in Canada? Guys, the world is becoming increasingly bizarre. Am I correct? I like that we are revisiting this topic because we haven't discussed it in a long time. As the video from earlier today helped get the word out by sharing this. However, it's likely that these regulars have known all along that cryptocurrency will be criminalized. By the end of 2018, 99% of cryptocurrencies held by Brad Garland's house will likely be worth $0. The same is true for 2019. I see. It appears that the rattlesnakes managed to elude the men from Brad Garland's house. Guys, some think it's impossible. No, that's wrong. I see. That's certainly doable. It's just insane. Dudes, all you essentially have to do is block off ramps and on-ramps. Am I correct? Alternately, partial rules. Optimism reigns. There has been a recent uptick in predictions that the stock market will have a catastrophic collapse within the next 15 months. Because of this, the economy will enter a severe recession, which will lead to many people losing their jobs. Extreme poverty, comparable to that of the Great Depression, will ensue, and many people will lose their houses as a result. The video ends there. As always, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment with your opinions. Coming up shortly. Farewell.